Hi, I'm Alex Forsyth, and I live in Ogden, Utah. I'm 33. I am a stay at home mom, mostly to 4 kids. And I have left the Mormon church in the last year. My husband has left as well, and none of his family know. He's one of 9, first to leave, so that's exciting. They still don't know. Um, I'm the youngest of 4, and a little bit about my background. We were raised in Utah County. Two more nuanced parents. Both of my grandfathers never joined the church, so mixed faith marriages. So both of my parents were pretty tolerant of other religions and definitely wanted us to know that other people of other religions were good people, good examples to us, going to heaven, you know. Um, and so yeah, we were more liberal and more tolerant and more nuanced than many other people, I think, growing up in Utah County. Um, when I was in junior high, 2 of my older siblings were getting into alcohol and drugs, and they both left the church at that time. So I was the good girl, very praised by my youth leaders, and yeah, that was very much an ego boost to be the good girl on the right track, getting the good grades on on track for college. My older brother, he went on a mission and was in law school, also good boy. But he has since left the church too, so I'm the last of my siblings to leave the church, and that has been made it a lot easier, I think, to have those my siblings as a support in that way. Um, and yeah, so I went to college. I went to Dixie and then to Utah State. Um, I just wanted kind of a fun, more diverse experience. I never had much interest in BYU. I always wanted more diversity and yeah, from my college experience. So I got married at 21 to my husband, um, and he was 24. I was preparing to go on a mission when I met him and decided to do the marriage thing instead. I've been so lucky that even though we were so young when we got married, but we really developed great communication and have gone through our faith transition together, and we're such different people than when we got married. It's kind of amazing that we have been able to grow together in the way that we have. Um, so I got pregnant in 2015. He had just graduated in mechanical engineering. I was going to school for geology, but I didn't really want to do the geology thing. And I had already changed my major so many times. I had been going to school for over 5 years and just was burnt out. So when I got pregnant, I thought this was a really great excuse to drop out of school and take some time to kind of figure out what I wanted for a career. Figure out what I wanted to do, get to know myself better, grow spiritually so that I could be more inspired by the Lord to what I was supposed to do, know myself better, and then I would figure out the career thing later. 8 years later, 9 years later, I still have no idea what career I want, but I need to get a job. So, that's stressful, but sometimes you just never know what you want, I guess. When we're younger, we just assume that we'll figure it out when we're older, and well, I'm older and still don't have it figured out, but, um, yeah, I was very devout back in 2016, but still pretty nuanced. And I was really upset by Trumpism and MAGA and how many Mormons were really into, American exceptionalism and white nationalism and all of those icky things. Um, and we were still renting. We kind of bounced around from ward to ward as we got different jobs, and Then we settled here in Ogden. And then in 2020, we were able to buy a house here and moved into our current location. And we were kind of struggling with some of our wards and just not seeing things exactly eye to eye with everyone, but that was okay. People were allowed to have diverse opinions. It just was kind of weird that everyone had similar opinions that were homophobic and racist, and you know it got really bad when we moved into this area. um, some of the vilest, most, like, a lot of racism in the church is really more subtle, and it's still bad, but here was pretty overt, and the sexism as well, and ableism as well, like just very overtly heinous things being said, not like over the pulpit, but like in the halls and like in meetings and stuff. It was really weird to hear like people arguing that someone in our ward wasn't deserving of the service project being proposed. Really bizarre things, and we just kind of didn't want to be associated with these people anymore, even though we still believed that the church was true. um and this was like in 2020ish. And just, yeah, over the years, didn't want to be around these people. Another component is my husband got diagnosed with occipital neuralgia, which is nerve damage in your neck, and it's a pretty significant pain disorder, chronic migraine, constant migraine levels of pain. That happened in 2019. Just woke up with a headache one day, never went away. It has been devastating. He's still able to work. He works from home, but the pain is severe enough that it causes visual distortions. He can't drive. And something that really helped him was medical marijuana. So that's awesome that he was able to get that card. But he just didn't have the resources to attend church anymore. Bright lights, loud noises. It's just physically, he is incapable of doing that now. And so for a while, I was going alone and taking the kids, and it just got tiring. I just didn't have the resources to do church anymore. Um, but for a long time, I really thought I would be like this beacon and pillar of the community, and that I could become a scriptorian, and that I could change people's hearts to be more feminist and uh, more open and tolerant. And as I started taking breaks away from church because I couldn't, it, I was pretty overwhelmed with having a new disability in the family, my husband and 4 children. I started to realize that it didn't matter how smart I became or how virtuous I was. If I had a bishop or a stake president or really literally any other man in the room who disagreed with what I was saying, um, my voice would be canceled out. It wouldn't matter what I said or what I did. That sexism was going to get in the way. The patriarchy was going to get in the way. So, um, I stopped going to church last summer in 2023. I was still kind of a believer. Um, I had my first pumpkin spice latte last September. My husband and I stopped paying tithing in November. I started listening to Mormon stories in February of 2024. I had my first alcoholic beverage in March. Oh, and I started with the episode Alyssa Grenfell's How to Leave the Mormon Church. Um, that came out in January, and it was just mind blowing how much everything resonated. It really articulated feelings that I didn't even know I was feeling. So thank you for that. And yeah, it's been kind of a wild and quick deconstruction period. I'd love to discuss it more with you guys.